This week on the podcast, it's part 2 of my trip report, and I might just have to confess something to Carrie about my suitcase. Stay tuned. You're listening to the Pixie Dust Fan Podcast. Hi, I'm Francine.
And I'm Carrie.
We're two best friends who can't stop talking, usually about Disney stuff.
Sometimes we have fascinating guests, and sometimes it's just us, but it's always positive and fun.
We're happy to have you join our chat. Thanks for listening, and let's get started. Hi, pal.
Hello.
How are
Pal,
you?
we're back.
We're back for part 2 of the trip report. And
Yes.
and are we going to keep to, like, I feel like I'm just babbling.
Well,
Like-
I think you've been telling us some interesting things.
Really?
Yes.
I don't know if it's like that interesting, but yeah, okay. Fun
Well,
times,
you've
fun
tried
times,
new
but we're,
things. You've tried new things.
oh, wait till we get to my last day. I tried something new that was fabulous.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay. So are we
So we
just
left-
diving?
yeah,
We're not dilly dallying at all. We're just like
No.
jumping right in.
Yeah.
Okay.
We did Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. We're on Wednesday.
We're on
Right?
Wednesday. I
Yeah.
woke up Wednesday. I got up early at 7:00 because I was going to do Tron. I had it in my head, Carrie, that I wanted to do Tron again, but sitting in the back seats, like the old people back seats, because I don't think I want to try getting my leg up and over that bike again. No, especially not when I'm by myself, because if my leg gets stuck, there's no one there to help me. That's my friend. So, I got up at 7, no Tron, like literally missed it. Missed it. So 7
You tried,
o'clock,
though.
7:00, I refresh and then
Oh.
it sold out. I was like, what? And then I forgot about it at 1 and 6:00. So whatever. But I wanted to ride the Jungle Cruise again. And I wanted to do, I wanted to do some attractions, and I wanted to do Genie Plus just so that I have better ideas. And, it's always better when you do it yourself.
Practice.
It was $25. So for one person. So, I'm telling you, for all these people, and I watched one of the vloggers one night when I was in the room talking about the state of Disney and how you can call yourself well, I guess now he's rebranding. He's not a theme park, whatever. I don't know.
I know who you were watching.
But you know what?
Yeah.
Seriously, it really bugs me. Like, I did unsubscribe and don't recommend this channel to me because, like, you've built a career off these places and you are nothing but a ball of negativity. Like, how can you be negative about something so magical? Like, I don't understand it. It bugs me. Anyway, so that's my negative rant. So $25 because it's busy. Contrary to popular belief, there are plenty of people in the parks. It was not dead. It was a 50-minute wait for Small World.
Yeah.
So
So it's busy.
It's busy.
I think, yeah.
Yeah. So I did a lot of air condition friendly things. I did my carousel. You would not believe how packed the Carousel of Progress was.
Because it's popular or because it's one of the only air-conditioned places in Magic Kingdom?
No, because it's popular. Let me tell you, it was one of my favorite rides on the Carousel of Progress because not only were many people in the theater singing along, they were clapping.
Nice.
It was that fun. Like, people were right into it and I loved it. So I got to sing out loud and clap, and I was not, looked at weirdly because everybody else was. I did the Little Mermaid. Like, I did a few different things. This was the day it was 48 degrees. So
Wow.
yeah, it was like, I was dying.
Carousel of Progress one more time.
But honestly, like, I did what I could, and I made use of my Genie.
Yeah.
So later in the afternoon, I jumped on the boat to go over to Wilderness Lodge because I thought, well, I'll go there for some lunch or whatever. But we both, I don't know if we've talked about it on the podcast or not, but I seem to have some issue with garlic these days. Like, garlic in me just makes me sick. So I have been asking at restaurants and garlic is in everything, Carrie.
Yeah,
like,
it is.
So I go there because I was going to go get the pulled pork sandwich, but guess what's in the pulled pork sandwich? And I thought, I don't want to ruin the rest of my day. So whatever. But of course, by this time, I'm like dying. There's no way, because they don't have the boat from the Wilderness to the Contemporary. You have to go from the Wilderness to the Magic Kingdom and then back. So this was when I took my $5 lift. I said, forget it. I went straight to the front. I called a lift, and I think it was $7 with tip.
Nice.
And I went from there. I went back. I got some work done. And then I did laundry, which, because by that point I'd run out of shorts. Too sweaty. And then it was raining. So then I was like, oh, forget it. I enjoyed my balcony. You know how much I love sitting on the balcony and just listening to the rain. Oh my gosh, it was beautiful. And then you know what I did? I ordered takeout from Steakhouse 71 because I couldn't get a reservation. I wanted a reservation, but I couldn't get one because when it starts raining, everybody's trying to find a place to eat. So I couldn't get a reservation, but I ordered Steakhouse 71. So, and I just all I had was the mac and cheese side, which by the way was very good, and the pull apart bread. The potato bread?
Yep.
Oh my gosh, Carrie, it's so good. So good. So yeah, I did that and I enjoyed the night in my room. I watched some TV. I chilled. Carrie.
It was a vacation.
It was a vacation. Do you want to know what the temperature was in my room? It was 67 degrees.
Freezing.
It was fabulous. I had it set at 67. In fact, there was one morning where I got up and I got out of the shower and I thought, it's a little bit chilly. But yeah, it was great. And so on Thursday, I did get Tron.
Oh, good.
I did get Tron, but I got boarding group 81.
Oh, that's at 7 a.m. you got in. Now, was it like, did you do it a little, like, did you refresh like I was like on it, like
milliseconds, and I got it. But it was boarding group 81. So it said, I think originally it said something like it would be called at like 3:30 or something like that. But I thought, nah, it's not going to take that long. So I went over to the Magic Kingdom and I have my pot stickers. Carrie, I'm addicted to these pot stickers. So over at the Sunshine Tree Terrace, they have like their pot stickers and they have like a ginger soy sauce with them. Oh my gosh, it's so good. I think I had them every time I was in the Magic Kingdom.
Well, that's
like
right.
Every time.
There's a lot worse things to be addicted to.
Yeah, I know. It was pretty good. It was pretty good. I did the tiki room. I did the tiki room a couple times when I was there. Lots of singing. I did some singing. Did lots of walking. I had to do a couple work calls, so I did those. And then I walked over to Tomorrowland. By that time, it was still another 3 or 4 hours until my Tron boarding group. Yeah. So I was like,
so what'd you do? Don't know. Did you go on it?
No, because at that point, my knee and my back were still sore from all the, and I'm thinking, if I've got to wait another 3 hours here, and then I'm going to have to stand in line inside, I'm going to be jiggered before I even get on the ride. So I was just like, forget it. So then I left. I went to Disney Springs.
Again, in the blazing heat, just because.
I did, but I went there because I was meeting one of our Pixie Dust fans, Ashley.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yes. So I did some shopping or whatever, and then I went to meet Ashley and Chris, and they were having dinner at Wine Bar George, but they weren't having dinner till like 8:45. So I'd already eaten, but I got to go and meet them for a drink. FYI, again, because I forgot about this from the last time, Wine Bar George doesn't have like normal beers. It's all the craft funky beers. So I had like one of those. But it was great. I got to hang out with Ashley and Chris because they were going on a cruise the next morning.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
So they flew in that day and basically they had a couple hours to grab something to eat before they went to sleep and got up for their cruise the next day. So if I was going to meet them, that was the only time. So I did that. And I even took the bus home.
What?
Because when I walked out, the bus was right there. And it was the contemporary bus, not the Pop Century one. I didn't have to walk 700 miles.
Yeah.
For the bus. So that made a difference. And the bus was right there. Because I kind of went out and looked and thought, if the bus isn't there. But then I was like, what am I going to do? Because the Lyft and Uber is at the other end of Disney Springs.
Yep. You got to haul it over there. So
you're kind of. Exactly. Yep. So that was my Thursday. And then on Friday, this was it, Carrie. I was nervous. I did something by myself that I've never done by myself.
Oh.
I had breakfast at Topolino's.
Oh, yeah.
I did. So I have never, so all of my solo, blah, blah, I'm fine traveling solo. I eat solo. I do all those things by myself. It does not bother me. But for some reason, I was completely nervous about doing a character meal by myself.
You got friends with you?
Well, well, you've never done a character meal by yourself, have you?
No, I don't think so.
It's weird. Like, I think I made the reservation, and because I was like, well, I kind of wanted to do Pooh and Friends over at Magic Kingdom. But then I was like, I don't know what it's going to be like to do a buffet by myself, right? Because you have to get up and leave the table to go get your food and stuff like that. So I was like, maybe for my first character meal, I'd rather do like they bring the food to you. So I got my reservation at Topolino's. I showed up. I was pretty nervous. I even messaged our friend Katie, who's done the solo podcast with us. And I'm like, have you done character by yourself? Like, I'm very nervous. She's like, you'll be fine. Go have fun. Blah, blah, blah. When I got there, I asked this server, I'm like, I'm not sitting at a table like in the middle of the floor, am I? And she's like, no, it's over by the window. I'm like, okay, perfect. Honestly, Carrie, I was there 5 minutes and then didn't care, because it's like I sat down and I realized nobody else in the restaurant cared. Nobody else cared that I was there by myself. They were there to see Mickey and Friends. They could not care less that I was by myself.
Look at that girl. Look at that. I think that's Pixie Dust fan. She's all alone.
Like so there was a family next to me that were finishing up their meal when I arrived. So when the characters first started coming over, basically all I could do was take selfies. Right. So it was just like their heads, like that's all I could get in the picture, which is fine. But then at one point, one of the wait staff came over and took a picture for me. But then in the middle of the meal, the table next to me, they left and another family came in just as I was waiting for the last character. And I think it was Mickey. And when he came up, the father at the next table was like, here, let me take the picture for you. So he took my phone and he took the pictures for me. So nice. I didn't have to just do selfies. And you know what? It was fantastic, Carrie. Like I was happy and I didn't care that I was by myself, and I enjoyed my breakfast. I sat and had my tea and I had bacon and my belly was happy.
Tea and bacon.
Right?
And characters.
Yeah. So at Topolino's, you get to meet Mickey, Minnie, Donald, and Daisy. And you and I, the first time I did Topolino's was with you.
Mm-hmm.
And they're in their fun little outfits. Like one's a painter and the other, I can't remember what they are.
Mm-hmm. They're all artists. I need to do over of that one though. I think.
Do. Because we were sick. That was when we had COVID.
Mm-hmm.
Before we knew about COVID.
Mm-hmm.
We were both very sick that morning.
Yeah, that was at the end of the Pixie, either before or after
at
the
Pixie
end.
Dust
fan cruise.
It was at the end because we were both very sick.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I was very sick at that point. You were just starting to get it.
Mm-hmm.
So we need to do over of that together.
Sure. Well, I'm glad you had a good time. I know you did message me to say you were a little bit nervous that morning. And I was like, how'd you get that reservation?
Carrie, it's crazy though. Like for as busy as it was, I don't know if they've done something to the dining reservations, because there were things that were popping up like that I could, unless it was pouring, for which then there was no reservations. If it wasn't pouring, there was availability.
Yeah.
At different places for dining. So that was fun.
I think it's good to, like when you're there, you'll be able to reconfigure things or pick something up if you want to actually like have a vacation and do things a little on a whim versus worrying about everything you have planned.
Yeah. And I kind of, me, I really like that, just seeing how I feel in the morning and doing, like I normally don't even have dining reservations, but that one I thought I really want to do a character meal by myself and try it. So I did it. It was fun. Yay. And I'll post a blog. I got to write it, but I'm going to post a blog about it so that I can post some of the pictures that I took because they're cute. And I don't look like, a drowned rat or that I've been pulled through a bush backwards because it was first thing in the morning.
Yeah. And inside, and
I was freshly showered. So after the breakfast, I jumped on the Skyliner to go over to Epcot because Food and Wine had started. So,
that would have been one of the first days, the second day of it or whatever.
Yeah. So we have a friend who wanted the pin. So I was like, okay, yeah, no problem. I'll go get it. Those Skyliners, they are really nice and cool when they're moving. When they stop, oh my gosh. Holy and it did not stop for long, Carrie, but I was cooking. I was very thankful there was nobody else in the car with me because it was hot. So I went over to Epcot to do some shopping from the Food and Wine, picked up the annual pass pin for our friend, and they had these really cute Figment sun catchers. So of course I bought one for me. But it's funny because some of these things do not have discounts on them. And I've never noticed before, because when you buy them and you put everything down and you say, I'm an annual pass holder or DVC member, I don't ask what things on the bill had the discount. I just always assumed all of them do, but they don't. Fun fact, because the Figment sun catchers do not have a discount on them. That's how I found out. But the first thing I saw when I walked in the store were these fabulous little lunch bags. And I happened to pick up an extra one in case you wanted one.
Oh,
they are, because I know you like to go in the office. I do not, but I need
to have lunch.
So I need to have lunch, and my lunch bag is pretty old. But they were very cute. They had 4 different kinds. But I picked up the Ratatouille and the Figment. And they're just cute little, and you know what they are? They're those scavenger hunts.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, but I didn't do the hunt. The woman, because I said to the woman, I'm like, I just want to buy the bag. She's like, it comes with the scavenger hunt. I'm like, I can't do it. It's like 1,000 degrees outside. She's like, don't worry, honey. I got you. So she just gave you the bags. But yay.
Awesome.
Yeah. So, but to go back, I did the monorail, carry that ramp at the monorail at Epcot. They have a seat at the top and I needed it. Like, I don't know. This shows you the shape that you're in between, say, 20 something and 50 something, because in my 20s, I was pushing either my mom or my dad in a wheelchair up that ramp and was okay. And I was a smoker. And now I can barely haul my own butt up that ramp without dying. Yeah. But anyway, so I tried on I had bought this other t-shirt that I thought was going to be fantastic, and I hated it. So I returned it to the Contemporary. Fun fact, if you buy something, say at the Magic Kingdom, you can return it at your resort, even if they don't sell it. It's fine. So FYI, we had another friend. I feel like I've become this personal shopper, but this was not an intention of mine. But we have another friend who had just lost her dog recently. She was looking for a Haunted Mansion charm at Pandora. And so I went over to the Magic Kingdom and found it.
Oh.
So I got that. And then I had technically gone back to the Magic Kingdom because I was going to buy this thing called, it was like a statue of the singing bus of the Haunted Mansion. It was $125. And then
I Memento Mori, is that where it was?
Yeah. And I couldn't decide, Carrie, if it would fit in my suitcase. So I had in my head, that's why I didn't buy it the first time. So then I went back. I was like, okay, I'm going to go back. I'm going to see how heavy it is. and whether it will fit in my suitcase. And then if both are okay, then I'm gonna buy it. But as I was walking up to pick it up off the shelf, the woman in front of me literally grabbed the last one. So then I was like, this is an omen. I'm not supposed to buy it.
Yeah.
So I didn't.
Pretty cool though.
However, they had a floor mat of Madame Leota, so I bought that. It is very cool. So I think I'm going to look for somebody that might be driving down to see if anybody could pick it up for me. Because I really do love it. I really do want it. Now that I'm home, I really do want it.
Let's go back to like, would it fit in your luggage or not?
Okay.
Because like our luggage, I can say, because I have the same as yours. There's nothing that wouldn't fit in our luggage.
Well,
it's so big.
So here's the thing. So after I bought the mat, so I figured the mat was only $30. So, or $40. So I figured I saved myself like $100. So I walked back to the front of the park. It was packed. So I was like, forget it. I jump on the monorail, and it's my last night. It's Friday night. I fly out the next day. So I thought I'm going to enjoy my last night at the Outer Rim. And I had a lovely conversation with the regular waitress who is usually there. She's so nice. And then I went into the store at the Contemporary and I bought a pillow. Those big long pillows that say home.
Yeah.
It matches my couch so lovely. So I bought the pillow. And guess what, Carrie? It fits in my luggage.
Yeah, because it's that big.
So I kind of have to admit something. When I was packing to go down to Florida,
yes,
I had so much room in my luggage. And that's despite having like 3 big boxes of tea bags for our friend. Things were like rolling around in my like I had so much room in my luggage, and it was only 30 pounds. Like it's so the luggage is so light that I had weight that I could have. Yeah. So on the way home, I fit that entire thing in my luggage, that big pillow, and I didn't even have to extend it.
Yeah. This is ginormous luggage.
It's ginormous. Like
maybe it might be too big.
It might be a little too big.
Which means we're gonna have to buy another piece of luggage that's in between.
Well, no. I figured I'd rather just take it half empty. Like if I'm going to pay to check a bag, I'm going to take it half empty. So then I have room in case I want to buy anything. The only problem is that if I buy something that's breakable, I don't want it like rolling around in there. I got to be able to fill
up in the mat that you bought.
Exactly.
Tuck it in between the pillows you bought.
Exactly. So I might need to buy pillows anytime I'm buying.
Because I find you always are like, what if I need room? What if I need, what if? But usually you only buy t-shirts.
I know. And that's the thing. So this suitcase, like probably we could go on a 10-day trip together and both pack in it.
Yeah, it's huge.
So if anybody's looking for a night, and it's light.
I know I went on a 10+ day trip and it was half full, and it came home pretty just half full. It's huge.
It's big.
It's a nice piece of luggage.
But it's light. So you don't have to worry about the weight thing either. That's the nice thing too.
Yeah.
So, because I'm usually like, I put it on the scale and I'm like, oh, is it 48 or 49? But this time I was like on the way down, right? So, yeah. So it was so it's a bit big. We'll see. We'll see in September how full it is.
Yeah, I think it's good to have, I don't know how often I'm even going to use this big guy, but I think when I go to things like D23 or Destination D, like things where I might buy stuff, then it does. Then it's worry free. You don't have to worry about the space, because you have ample space. Like if you want to bring big things like pillows or
even things that are maybe a little heavier than normal,
jackets or heavier things for sure. Like we always buy like hoodies and things like that. So I like it for that reason. But I don't know how I would even. Like on a regular trip, it's way, 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 way. Like I probably should buy the same luggage, but the next one down, and then I got Squeaky. But I'm kind of worried about Squeaky because it's the set from my bigger one that broke. So I wonder if poor Squeaky's just gonna crack
think
up
it's
one of these days.
It's quite possible. But remember, Squeaky is also not going through checked bags and being beaten up the way that the other one is, right? But like you take care of that.
But like honestly, in like 10 years, the other one I probably checked like, I don't know, not even 5 times. Like I never check a bag. So I don't know if it's just like just the plastic getting old and whatever. But anyways, hopefully Squeaky's with me for many more years. But
I hope so.
But if not, it'll be sad.
Yeah. But I do love this luggage, but I was thinking about it while I was away and I was like, oh my gosh, do I admit to Carrie that this might be a bit too big, that I have so much room in this luggage. I can pack I'm the dummy that just
copied you and you're like, it's great, it's this, it's that. Look you can jump on it. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna buy one too.
Well, it's funny because we were talking about the desk that I ordered and you're like, oh, I gotta look at those because whatever. And it's like, okay, well it'll be like the bed and the luggage. Carrie's just like, oh, you did all the research. Okay, I'll just buy the same one. But then, so she's ended up with a suitcase that's way too big for Carrie.
I do that quite often. I'm thinking there's something else recently too, where I like let somebody like, give their stamp of approval. And I'm like, I'll buy one too.
Yeah, me too.
It just gets me out. It just takes away all the anxiety of the decision making. You just
does. It does.
I'm gonna buy one too.
Oh my gosh.
Where do I pay? Where do I put in my credit card? Because I want one too.
Yeah. So that was the end of my trip. I enjoyed the water pageant. And then the next morning I think I was on the 11 o'clock flight home. I decided not, because the 11 and the 7 were the same price. So I decided I was not going to get up at the, middle of the night. And I was on the 11 o'clock. And it was, you know what, Carrie, it was really kudos to Air Canada. When I showed up at the airport, I was 3 hours early because I was going to meet another friend to say hello. And I wanted to go and check my bag. 3 hours before, there was no line. I walked up, dropped off my bag. WestJet had a huge line. And I love WestJet. But they had a huge line. Air Canada, I just dropped off my bag and I was done. I was done in like 10 minutes. And my flight home was great. I had an aisle seat and there was a middle seat empty and then a lovely lady on the end, on the window. So it was a fantastic flight home. I watched Zootopia again.
Now, I think it sounds like you had a really great time alone, relaxing, got to do all the stuff that you want to do. But I really do think that you do need to be supervised when you go to Disney in the summertime.
Why?
Because I don't know, this whole like spending the burn on my forehead, having to take 3 showers and 3 breaks, and then going, maybe I'll just jump on the bus to Disney Springs. Maybe I'll walk. Oh my goodness, Peter Pan! If I was there, I'd have been like, "Are you crazy?" You're not waiting for Peter Pan.
I know.
I have to wheel you back to the contemporary.
I think the voice of reason is what I'm missing when I travel solo. Carrie's voice of reason is what is missing.
I think you're fine most months of the year, but I don't think you should be there unsupervised in this heat.
Well, and you would have made me buy those singing bus the first day I saw them too. You would have been like, "Oh, there's plenty of room."
But like, bring us 2. You got another one in the back.
Yeah, I know. It is pretty cool, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I think, yeah. Might need to look into how to get that home in September.
Yeah. Oh, I'll put it in my luggage. There'll be lots of room. Actually, in September, I was just going to probably bring a carry-on. I'm only there for like 4 days or something. Right?
Oh, right. That's right.
I have this little, I have this very little tiny case. The one that's like a business case. You put your laptop in it. It's meant to be a business case. And I want to go on a trip with just that.
You're toying with the idea of just going with that?
Yeah.
I'm going to have my full suitcase. So whatever. If you buy anything, I can bring it home for you. I'll have the ginormous one.
Well, I guess it's really like, if they give it's not like because when we go to D23, they give us what do you call it?
She's got puzzles
posters and stuff like that.
They give us posters and they're big, right? So,
but they might not for Destination D. I don't know. I'm toying with the idea. I just kind of want to challenge myself to just try to use a little tiny one, like if it's underneath your seat. Then I've got to worry of overhead because I like to sit at the front, but then there's no overhead.
I know. That's the problem, right? I wanted to find like a good underseat aside from our Mickey ones, because this Mickey one, they don't make it anymore. So when it breaks, I'm done.
Mm-hmm.
So I need to scope out underseat ones as well. But
anyways,
so our next, so we've got D23 in September. You're staying at the Contemporary. I'm staying at Bay Lake Tower. So we're right next to each other. We can meet at the outer rim.
Yeah.
We can meet at the outer rim and eat at the Contempo Cafe, because I know you're excited about that.
I am. I'm excited to stay in the main building.
I know. That's a bucket list for you, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I'm so excited for you.
I'll be able to look out and see if you're at you could say I'm going over to BLT I'm going over to the Contempo Cafe to order the breakfast, and I'll be like, order one for me. And then I look out and I'll be like, oh, where is she?
You can see me. Yeah, it's going to be so awesome. Cool.
Very exciting.
Oh, okay, Carrie, it's that time of the podcast. What is your pixie dust this week that brought you some joy?
I think the one thing that I am thinking about at my work, there's not very many people that come into my work. So I think sometimes when I have a certain experiences of people, they stand out a lot more, because it doesn't happen as often anymore because there's not very many people in.
Okay.
But, one of my colleagues at work, I emailed her because of, I'm doing the puzzle competition.
No, really?
On October 1st. If you don't know, then go back a couple episodes and listen. And I've messaged a few of my friends about me in the puzzle competition and asking them if they had any puzzles that I could borrow. I need 500-piece puzzles to practice. Glenda and I need to practice. Anyway, so I emailed my colleague at work, and she pretty much came into my office she only had 2 puzzles, but like legit closed the door and like squealed because she was so excited that I was going in the puzzle competition.
Oh, that's awesome.
And besides me and Glenda being as excited as we are, I didn't think I would come across anybody. So we had an awesome time. We were chatting, giggling, laughing. I was telling her everything about it. And she was like, she knew what I was talking about when I was talking about,
oh my gosh,
the rules and whatever.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway, she was very excited, and that was kind of fun, like to actually have somebody as excited as me about the puzzle competition.
I am excited for you because I know how much this means to you.
But this gal was I think she was going to see if any of her friends wanted to go into the quad competition.
Oh,
but anyways, so she let me some puzzles, which is very, very nice because she loves puzzles, and she actually let me 2 of her favorite puzzles. So I told her I will take very good care of them. We will puzzle them.
Keep the cats away from the pieces.
I will not. I will puzzle them at Glenda's house, and I will, and I'll bring them back in the same condition they were in. So that was kind of neat that she brought me, and she said, Carrie, I know that my puzzles are in good hands with you. I'm like, well, thank you for lending me puzzles, but the fact that she only had a couple and she lent them to me, and they're her favorite puzzles. So
that's so nice.
So yeah, the puzzle competition, Pixie Dust just keeps on giving. I don't know that I'm going to come across anybody that's as excited as she was, and that's what makes it so awesome. Like,
I'm so glad.
Nerd category with the 2 of us. So
I think it's awesome.
Mm-hmm. So that's my Pixie Dust. It was a fun interaction at work.
Have you been practicing?
Not really, Glenn and I are going to practice. We have plans to practice this upcoming week.
Okay, good.
We've been trying to collect puzzles, right?
You got to start training.
We got to have the 500-piece puzzles, which we don't have them because we only buy thousands or more.
Right.
So yeah, we're collecting. I think I have maybe 6 of them.
Okay. Okay.
Glenda's
So
got
that's
a couple
good.
of them, so
Good. Good. Good.
we're gonna the plan is to start practicing soon, but we
The training, the training can begin. It's training. It's not practice. It's training. Training.
The training can commence. So we're gonna
You
probably
should be playing like the Rocky music in the background.
I probably will. I'm gonna download it. So kind of nervous because what if we? Well, I think we'll be okay. But yeah, we're gonna start training soon. We had to spend a little bit of time finding puzzles because.
Right.
We're not going to go and spend like $25, $30 on puzzles for when we don't ever buy them in the first place. So we've been going. Glenda's looking on Facebook Marketplace. I borrowed, so I had some at work, and then my friend gave me a couple. So yeah,
nice.
we have to get some together. So that's so just prep. We are preparing for our training. Preparing. We're in the prep stage, and then the training's going to start soon. So. How about you? What's your pixie dust?
Oh, my pixie dust does not compare to puzzles.
I told you I'm going to find it. Actually, I missed it last time. Didn't I say the first time I said I'm going to find it? Like, this is going to be my pixie dust till the competition.
Yeah, you're going to find a way to work this in.
Oh, dang it. I missed one. I should have done it the last episode too.
Oh,
let's see how I do. Okay, yeah. What's your pixie?
Yeah, so mine. When I was in Florida on my trip, our two local friends, when I met them for dinner, brought me a jar of cookie butter from Trader Joe's.
Trader Joe's.
Oh my gosh! And I have told them I love it, but it's not good for my waistline. But I love it. It's so good. And really, like, you're supposed to, I think, spread it on toast or put it on that, like,
apples and stuff.
Apples, use it like you do peanut butter or whatever. So I have this jar and I had it in the kitchen. And this week, like, I was just having such a miserable day, in a meeting, and it was just frustrating me. And I was working from home. So I was on this call, and I got up and I walked into the kitchen just to get a glass of water. And then I realized that I had this jar. And I was having a miserable day. So I got out a spoon and the jar and I had a few spoonfuls and everything was right with the world.
Yeah.
And then I messaged,
a little bit of cookie butter will do.
I messaged them both and said, you have no idea. You just turned my day around with this little bit of cookie butter. Everything is good with the world today.
That's awesome.
So yeah, that was good. I love that cookie butter.
Mm-hmm.
But that was my pixie dust. And my full trip report, my solo trip report. And we're going to have more trip reports coming up. We've got a bunch of traveling coming up too. So more to come on that front for sure. So thank you guys very much for listening, and we'll see you next week.
See you soon. Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to the Pixie Dust Fan Podcast. We hope you enjoyed the episode.
Make sure you're following us on your favorite podcast player so you'll get a new episode every week. And find us on social media too. We'd love to hear from you.
Till next time, remember, you are never too old to be young. Chase your dreams and design your own happily ever after.